Chapter 70. The Good Neighbor. A conscientious young man, working for a printer, noticed that some copy brought in for printing contained an error. He spotted the error well in time for a correction, but the printer refused to take the 5 minutes necessary to change the plate. "It's his error," he said, "and it's not our job to correct his copy." Technically, the printer was right. Morally, he was wrong. Very often the best test of our character begins where our normal responsibility ends. The parable of the Good Samaritan tells us much about this. The man from Jerusalem who went down to Jericho, quote, "fell among thieves, which stripped him of his raiment, and wounded him, and departed, leaving him half dead," end quote. Luke 10:30. It would be easy to find fault with this traveler. He journeyed over some countryside which made for good hiding places for thieves. A man with any money or goods should not have traveled it alone. The priest and the Levite had good reason to leave him alone. It was none of their business, not their job, to look after careless or unfortunate travelers. They were good men who did their duty, like the printer, where they were supposed to do it, and no further. The Samaritan, however, had compassion on the poor victim. As a Samaritan, he had no use for Jews, nor any desire to integrate with them. Neither Samaritans nor Jews cared to associate with one another. This, however, was not a question of friendship, but of godly compassion. He at once took care of the man, giving him first aid, and then took him to an inn and paid for his care until the victim recovered. Perhaps, after his recovery, these two men, Samaritan and Jew, never saw each other again. This was not the point. The true neighbor, Jesus said, was the man who showed mercy and compassion in a time of need. He was the man who did more than his normal duty. It was personal help, and it was an act by the Samaritan above and beyond his normal responsibility. We have an age today which pours money into impersonal and institutional charities, but has little thought for the needs of a neighbor, nor the personal help of a stranger. We are ready to give to the collector for charities who knocks at our door and through a church envelope. It is very antiseptic and impersonal that way. Once we give, we feel, quote, "it's not our job," end quote, to get involved with people. Neighbors, relatives, and fellow Christians can go through one grief and distress after another, but like the printer, the priest, and the Levite, we are good Pharisees. We have given at the office or at church, and our responsibility is ended. The good neighbor, the lawyer admitted, was, quote, "he that showed mercy on him," end quote. Luke 10:37. And Jesus said, quote, "Go and do thou likewise," end quote. Until we do, can we expect God to have mercy on us?